So I think that's great, and I think it's wonderful, and I think, yeah, like you said, you're going to need some extra help, fundraising, or an organization to step in. So I kind of want to take a second to say this. If you're watching this video and you know of an organization, a charity, a nonprofit, or something like that, or maybe it's just an angel investor, all of Kelli's information is below to reach her, to reach the facility, and it's welcomed.
It is welcome.
It's
we
totally
think
welcome.
that there should be a way that any donation, that 100% of that donation goes directly to providing this resource for kids who deserve to have it.
Absolutely. So you're expanding, been here quite a few years. Share something. What's the most common comment you get from like the kids or the parents about their time here?
What really keeps surprising me is that this is something special. I feel like it shouldn't be. I feel like this is what everyone should be doing. Every parent, every educator. I mean, kids are going to school and daycares and preschools all day long. And as much as I love the compliment, it makes me a little bit surprised that this is not the norm. To inspire kids, to encourage them. Education should be fun. It should be thrilling. I love seeing kids race in here, and when their parents show up to pick them up, the kids are upset. They don't want to leave. But that's what learning should be.
Yeah.
And I think when we pigeonhole kids and say, you're only worthwhile if you do these 3 categories or subjects, that's really problematic. We can teach them about entrepreneurship. I have one kid who comes in here that because he comes here, he wants to own his own business. We're not sure exactly what it is yet, but that's what he wants to do. Because he understands that this is something that he could do for a living, make his own way. So I sort of wish that it wasn't abnormal what we do here, but I hope that we can make it in a few years become the norm, that kids think there's nothing more fun than learning.
Yeah, and I think that's true. You need like a well-rounded, you need to be excited. Like I remember going to school and enjoying certain subjects and being like, oh my gosh, that hour flew by like it was 5
like
minutes
that.
Because it was so interesting. So
Yeah.
That
When I was growing up, we had all the regular subjects, but we also had sewing and auto body shop and woodworking and metalworking and cooking and all of these things, so that maybe you weren't the best at doing a book report, but you could fix a car like nobody's business. And one of my friends from high school, he owns a very successful chain of automotive repair stores now, because that was part of the curriculum and it made him know he had value.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I vaguely remember my cooking class. I think we did like an egg and a wonton, and that's all I remember. Oh, French toast. We did French toast too.
French toast is a good one. If you have to learn something, learn French toast.
Right. So here's what I want to ask. So let's say someone has heard of you, or maybe you're watching this video today and you're thinking, my kid is about 7 years old and they're really idle until I get home, and then they're just got tons and tons of energy and I want them to do something more productive. What is the process? They bring them here? Is there some sort of application? Like, how does that work?
No, all are welcome, all ability levels. We have everyone from highly gifted in Mensa to special needs who sometimes need an aide to work with them in class. Doesn't matter to us. Every kid is welcome. We feel everyone has something of value. And I think this is the way every business should run. The first class is free. Why would you pay up front for something you don't know if it's a fit or not? So the first class is absolutely free. You and your child can try it. And I always feel like this. The children will say honestly to you, I want to come back, or don't ever take me there again.
Yeah, because kids
they're honest.
Like
I say, don't even ask them in front of me. I don't want them to feel any pressure. If it's their space and they feel like this is where they want to come back, they will tell you, and they will tell you otherwise. And if it's not the space for them, then they shouldn't be forced to come here. And I love that, because kids are here because they want to be. And that's really special.
I kind of feel like parents should do that when it comes to eating vegetables too. Don't force them. Don't make them sit at the table for 2 hours.
I was never forced to eat vegetables, and now my favorite food is Brussels sprouts. I found it on my own. So.
Mom and Dad, you could learn something. No, I definitely had to sit at the table quite a few nights, but we lived through it. So you're located here in Studio City. What made you pick this location right here at Laurelgrove in Ventura?
Everything about this is so random. I happened to open the business account at the Wells Fargo right around the corner, and I was walking to my car, which was parked here, and there was a sign that said for rent. I said, I'll take it.
Perfect.
That was it. Everything was sort of happenstance.
That is perfect. And then your hours of operation are what?
Well, they're always flexible, but our general hours are sort of 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 5 p.m., depending on the day. And then we have Saturdays and some Sundays. We also do birthday parties, corporate events, and we go to schools. There are a lot of preschools in the area that can't take field trips and so forth. So I also spend a lot of time going into preschools to do either one-ofs or do a series of classes.
That's amazing. I love it. Years ago, I worked with a woman that had a nonprofit children's organization, and we did events at local concerts, like birthday concerts.
Yeah.
And so we would have like the moon bounce thing and face
yes.
painting and all that stuff. And I always really enjoyed it. Kids are the best.
It's so good.
I always say kids and dogs, love them. So I think this is great, and that's why when I was here a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I want to talk to you too. Like, we need to really learn what your business is about, give you some exposure.
Thank you. And we're off the beaten path. We have never advertised. It has always been word of mouth.
Nice.
And I just sort of put it out there and was like, the people will come, I hope. And they've been coming. 4 years later, they're still coming, so I'm very thankful.
Awesome. Well, everybody, Kelli's information is below. Genius Kids Club here in Studio City, and you don't need to live here in Studio City in order to come and participate. You could live in some of the surrounding areas, whether that's Sherman Oaks, Encino, Toluca Lake, etc.
And if you live far, as long as you have a group of 5 or more, I'll come to you at no additional charge.
Perfect. So if you're on the west side, or if you're in Calabasas,
I'll get on the 405 for you.
She'll suffer through it. Amazing. So thank you so much for letting me come by today and talk with you. I really appreciate it. And everyone, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, Real Estate to Financial Freedom, please do so and click that bell below so that you can get updates. And thank you guys so much for watching. And again, if you have kids between the ages of 0 to 12 and you want to stimulate them a little bit more than what they're getting at daycare or school, at least come and try the first class.
Come take a free class.
Yeah.
I have nothing to lose.
All right, see you guys next time.